Reeny, the girl with the brown crayon, chapter 1. The room appears to be filling up with black girls, though in fact only Reeny fits the description. This brown girl that's dancing is me, she says, tapping another crayon figure to the wall. I try to imagine myself telling my kindergarten teacher the little Jewish girl dancing is me. The impossibility of my having said such a thing makes me smile. Reeny's brown girls have begun to encircle the kindergarten. She achieves what is for her the right shade of brown by barely pressing down the first time she colors in the outline, then gradually darkening the tones until she's satisfied. Why do you always need a crayon for that? Asks Corey, who prefers markers. Because, see, it's the same color. Like me. Reeny lays her hand on the paper. A marker's too dark. Too dark for me, too, agrees the very blonde Corey, covering Reeny's hand with her own. They become best friends within the first hour of school and begin every day together drawing pictures of girls with enormous amounts of hair. Sometimes Reeny uses markers for the dress, the hair, or even to outline the body, but the face, arms, hands, and legs are carefully colored in with a brown crayon, which she removes from the box as soon as she sits down. There it stays on the paper, ready to certify this girl is brown like me. The two other African American children in the class are Kevin and Bruce. Today they bring paper and markers and set all across the table from Reeny and Corey. Gotcha red, gotcha blue, Bruce begins to chant, shaping his big hulking monsters in two colors. Red is the good guy, blue the enemy. Gotcha, dash, dash, dash. Gotcha, dash, dash, dash. The tempo quickens around the table, feet tapping, shoulders swaying. Gotcha blue, gotcha red, gotcha bad guy in the head. Gotcha this, gotcha that. You can't go nowhere 'cause you're flat. Swoosh descends the purple marker, snuffing out another bad guy. Reeny moves her head to the beat, but the harmony is not to last. Before long, she's at my side. Excuse me, she says. I got to tell you something important. Bruce called me a little short-haired black girl. And he's saying you, a little short-haired black girl. He can't say you something. She turns to Bruce, who has followed her to my table. Daddy says, is something bothering you? Don't waste time on them. Tell the teacher. So I did. Sorry, Bruce mumbles, but he is not discouraged. At lunch, he calls out, hi, baby. When Reeny passes on her way to get milk, again, she's quick to object, though this time her goal is purely instructional. See, I think you're saying hi, baby, like you're saying hi, girlfriend, like that, and I'm not your girlfriend. Maybe you are, Bruce responds, teasing, but Reeny is persistent. See, it can't be. Girlfriend is for very older people. That's for when you're grown up. Daddy says hi, baby, to my mommy, because they already married. Reeny is not intimidated as I had been when I was in the first grade. There was an Edward who kissed Kinky Stinky at me for my unruly hair, and my face burned with shame. I was too embarrassed to tell the teacher or report the indignity to my parents. Reeny's protests are speedy and decisive. She is more subtle when I interject a point of grammar during storytelling. Once there was a little princess, she dictates after lunch, and a mother and father. They was the king and queen. Do you want to say they were the king and queen? They is the king and queen, she hurries, unless I interrupt again. And the princess was walking in the forest deep, and she got lost. In the forest deeply is nice, I offer, to which Reeny says, thank you. She knows the difference between literary commentary and personal criticism. Then the princess sees the opening, and there is a prince. And he says, hi, baby, Bruce snickers. Reeny replies with great dignity, because, see, a prince don't talk that way. He says, good morning, madam. How is your highness today? She knows what a prince says and what boys and girls should say, and sometimes even what a teacher might refrain from saying. When she talks about herself, the message is clear. This is who I am, and so far, this is what I know to be true. How easily she manages her talent for self-identity, something I yearned after, but which eluded me most of my life. Not until my 40s did I begin to color in the outline, surprising myself by deciding I was a school teacher who writes books. I still cannot take my measure without a classroom of teacher to give me clues. This year I use Reeny's brown crayon as a metaphor, but her role will not be so limited. She is a natural-born innovator and is about to discover an idiosyncratic little mouse named Frederick. who will push her into new frontiers. Where Reeny goes, we shall follow. Kindergartners are passionate seekers of hidden identities and quickly to respond to those who keep unraveling the endless possibilities. Reeny would be surprised to know that, although grown-ups are allowed to say hi, baby, they seldom respond as warmly as children do to colleagues whose passions take them to unknown places. Fortunately, my co-teacher, Nisha Ruparel Sen, is well versed in the mythology and folklore of her native India and expects the ordinary to open up and reveal mysterious connections. Furthermore, like the children, she is always prepared to enjoy someone else's spectacle, even as she creates her own.